What's good? So how's everybody doing tonight? The proof in the pudding show. I'm your host for the evening. I go by the name Messiah on 919. Got a very special guest today, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. She goes by the name of VSKYE. How you feeling, yo?
Hi, how are y'all? I'm good, and yourself?
Yo, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yo, I'm excited to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
That's dope. That's dope. Yo, you're very talented. So let's start in the beginning. Where you from?
I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, from Orlando, Florida. So around what age did you first just get into music?
I'm sorry.
What age did you first get into music?
What age did I first get into music? I actually started doing music, like recording music. I want to say when I was 19, turning 20. No, 20. Yeah, 19, turning 20.
Okay.
Um, I've been singing since I was a kid, though.
Okay.
I've always
So
been singing.
you always sung. So who were some of your influences that got you into singing?
Christina Aguilera was actually a very big one. I used to watch her all the time and listen to her sing, and try to copy what she did.
Okay.
So she was
Okay.
one of them. Alicia Keys, um, to name a few.
Okay. That's cool. So not only are you a singer, you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
How long you
Yes.
been writing songs for?
Probably for as long as I've been doing music.
Okay.
I'm still. I be doubting my words here and there, and be doubting my writing here and there. So I'm still getting in the hang of it and the gist of writing beats and stuff.
Right.
But I'm getting there.
Okay. So let's talk about your writing process. Like when you're in a session and you listening to beats and you're in your zone, where do you get
Mhm.
your inspiration for your music?
My inspiration. It really just comes from anything and everything at that time, depending on how the beat's making me feel. For the most part, my inspiration comes from my personal life experiences.
From
So
personal experience. That's dope. Yeah, a lot of artists is I think it's more genuine when they use it from their personal experiences. So that's a good thing. So what
yeah,
was it like in Orlando growing up? How was the music scene out there before you moved?
not very much of one.
Oh
At least
really?
I couldn't find one. I mean, I found people here and there when I first started doing music. I actually started doing music there before I moved out here,
Oh
a
wow.
couple months before I moved out here. But it wasn't many people. There wasn't many things really to do out there music wise, or at least nothing that I heard of.
Okay, okay. So then you moved to Atlanta. Big difference from Orlando. So tell me about Atlanta.
Huge difference. So when I first moved out here, my goal really was to network with people. So what I started doing is I actually bought a diva light or a ring light, whatever
Right.
you want to call it. I started doing photo shoots in my bedroom against a plain blank wall. I
Wow.
started posting them that way, and that's how I started getting the eyes of like um, models and people that are casting for videos and stuff. So I
Right.
started doing videos when I first got here, and that's how I met the producer for one of my singles, um, and that's how I just really just met people since I've been out here. It's just networking and kind of just really getting out there, pushing myself out of my comfort zone for real, for real.
Right. Now I feel you on that. So Atlanta is a lot of competition. So how do you stay focused and how do you stay relevant in the midst of being in it?
Um, well, I do take pride in the fact that I'm a singer, not necessarily a rapper, because
Right.
Atlanta is mostly when you come out here, everybody thinks you're a rapper. All the
Right.
females you meet are rapping. All the male you meet are
Everybody.
rapping. There's
Wow.
very few and in between people that you can meet that are singers or stuff like that, or anything else besides a rapper. So, um, that's been one of them. Uh, I really
Right.
just say my voice kind of makes me stand out in a way too, because I just don't sound like a lot of people.
That's true. You definitely
So,
have a strong voice. So what range do you sing?
what range? I'm actually a soprano too, so I can go alto and I can go a little soprano. I can't
Wow.
do no whistle tones like Ariana Grande now, but I mean,
Right.
I
You
could do a
could get
little
up there.
something, something.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's dope, yo. So how long did it take you to develop your voice?
Since I was a kid,
Right.
yeah. For me to actually now I'm kind of more in a space with my music and with my voice that I can kind of tell, not tell, but I know what I want to sound like.
Right.
Um, but it definitely took me forever and a day to develop it to where it's at right now. I used to do chorus throughout
Wow.
school, so that's kind of where I learned some of the things that I use in my singing now. But I've never
Okay.
taken any vocal classes or anything like that, so it's all been kind of like self-taught.
Okay, so that's dope. So now you're in Atlanta. You say you got casted for a few videos?
Yeah, here and there. It wasn't really like the main girl, kind of like the background.
Right.
The extras in the back of the video, but
Yeah, it was on your resume and they got your name
yeah,
out there. Yeah, so that's
yeah, for sure. I mean, I was there mostly for the networking purposes, so
right.
that I wasn't trying to be the main girl, but it worked out. So
Okay, so now you go from being in the background to being in the front. How does that feel?
it's a little it's taking me some getting used to because I'm I'm outgoing, yes, but
Right.
I'm also very shy at first too. So like it's been this whole time has been me trying to push myself out of my comfort zone because of the fact that now in order to stand out, I kind of have to be in the front of everything. So
Right. So making the transition. Now you're in the front.
mm-hmm.
What was it like making the project, and what were some of the producers that you worked with?
What was it like making the project? It was really dope. I really like making music from scratch. Like the whole process of just creating music from nothing is
Right.
real dope to me. And also inputting like your own emotions and experiences in it is pretty dope. One of the producers that I've worked with, which is actually one of the producers I met at the first video shoot that I was in, Diraj Global. He's a Grammy nominated producer in Atlanta.
Right.
So he actually produced my single "The Evil."
Right.
And I've just worked with other producers here and there around town that I've met, other
Okay.
like dope upcoming artists and stuff too. So
That's dope. You did a show the other night, right? Not too
I
long ago?
did. I actually had one last night. I
Okay,
had one
yeah.
last night. That was
Yeah.
kind of my first legit show, I guess you can say, that I've done with my
Right.
own music. So it was actually really pretty cool.
Okay, so where were you performing at?
Um, it was at an event space on Fulton. A friend of mine was throwing an event. He kind of did it from scratch. We're all independent artists, so we kind of came together,
Right.
network, and do things like that. So,
Okay, so what is it like being a female independent artist in this business?
oh man. So I mean, it definitely has its ups and downs. It's dope because, like I said, not many females out here in Atlanta sing. There's
Right.
few here and there. So for the most part, like I am kind of like the go-to for the people that I do know.
Wow.
Independent artists that do want like a feature with a female on their track, I'm kind of the first one they go to. So
Right.
in that aspect, it's pretty dope. Now doing the whole music thing and being a female can be kind of hard because a lot of people, especially in Atlanta,
Right.
I don't want to say especially in Atlanta, but a lot of people in Atlanta kind of, what's the word? They kind of ignore the fact that you're doing music and they kind of more
Right.
thing on the fact that you're a female. And
Right.
that's
Right.
kind of where their head is at more so than business. So
Right.
kind of
Yeah, I
just having
definitely
to decipher which one you're really here for.
right. Now, I definitely understand that, and that's definitely real. And I would think not just Atlanta, just being in the business alone. So
Right.
you're an indie artist. Do you want to be major? Or are you satisfied being indie? What's your plans?
Um, if I could stay indie,
Right.
I would totally stay indie for sure, for sure. If I could do everything myself. Now, when it comes to the financial aspects of it, being
Right.
signed is more realistic because I mean, at this point in time, I'm not one of those people that are scamming to get their bread to do the music. I'm not one of those people that are finding ways like that they're not supposed to be illegal ways to get to where they
Right.
need to be. I'm kind of doing everything the proper way, I guess you could say. So if I could stay indie, make a great song, it pop off, and I stay indie, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But if the opportunity does arise and come to me, I would sign,
Okay.
depending on what
Depending
they're
on
talking
the day.
about. But yeah,
Right. Now I feel you on that. Yeah. So how important is your creative control?
creative control.
Yeah.
Um, to me, it's very important. Like I'm a creative all the way. I've always been creative since I was a kid. So it's like I want to be able to show my vision and do
Right.
things that I want to like get it the way I want it out. Like, um, for instance, like I cannot record with somebody in the studio really, or I can't write with people around me. I have to be completely by myself if I'm going
Right.
to write something. Like I've tried to collab with people, and I always end up being the last one to finish their verse or to finish the hook or something. Everyone else always comes up with their stuff first because they've done it a little longer. And like I said, I do be doubting my lyrics here and there. So it's important to me because like I do have a lot of feelings and emotions I want to get out that I know people can relate to.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's dope. That makes sense. So you said channeling your feelings and your emotions and touching other people because it's things we all go through.
Exactly.
So even with the evils, I was listening to the song when you came in, and I've just been playing it over and over just to be familiar. That song right there is really relatable to a lot of people in the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to write that? How long did it take?
That one actually didn't take me long. That one probably took me about 2 days only because of stopping and doing other things and stuff like that. But for like majority of the song was already written within like an hour.
Wow.
That song is very personal to me. Honestly, that song is something that I went through and I kind of based it off of that. So, yeah.
And you can feel the emotions. And like I said, it's relatable. People all go through it. So it's like you could tell your heart was into that record right there. Let's talk about the video. Who shot the video and what was the image?
Okay. Who shot the video? Her name is Unicorn Travi on Instagram. John Deere, Po Diddy. Those are all people that helped out with the video. The image for the video was pretty much I wanted to portray what the song was about. Like the song is already a dope vibe. The song already is deep. It already has a deep feeling and a deep meaning behind it. But I wanted the video to kind of complement what the song was talking about. Like hearing the song, you're like, okay, cool. But then once you see the video, it kind of adds to the emotion that the song was giving. So I pretty much wanted it to mimic my past relationship, which was with a female, and it didn't end very well. It was very abusive mentally and emotionally. Even towards the end became physically abusive. So that's kind of what the song was about. D-Evil was kind of my way of calling her the devil without really calling her the devil.
Right.
Kind of wanted it some creative way so it didn't sound like I'm saying you're the devil, bitch. But like, yeah. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes with emotions and relationships, sometimes you feel that way sometimes. So it happens. But the song is out. The video is out. The song is doing good. What was your proudest moment now that you're going from writing, you're going from being an artist, now seeing yourself in the video? What was that? How did that feel?
It felt really dope. That's one of my first videos that I've kind of shot with like a whole team. I'm very proud of it because like I put all my money into it. From the location, I just sat there and picked out the location to the outfits to the models and all that stuff. So it was a really dope process. Just the overall of how it came out just makes me proud. It definitely had some ups and downs from canceling. That wasn't actually the original model that was supposed to be in the video. I got canceled on the day before the video was supposed to be shot from the model that was originally supposed to be in it. So, but even with all that, it still came out pretty dope and turned out fine. So
it did definitely come out fine. It's definitely dope. It's a good record as well. So are you pushing the record outside of the internet? Is it playing in clubs, on internet radio, anywhere?
I've been getting it played on some radios. I just had it played on this indie radio station the other day that they have for artists in Atlanta. I've been getting it here and there. I've been getting it on some playlists, things like that. I haven't necessarily got it in any clubs because I don't really think that's a club track.
Right.
That kind of turned down the mood a little too much. But other than that, like I've been trying here and there to get it out. So as much as I can. So
yeah. So you're moving it. Yo, I'm excited about what you're doing. You seem excited. The Evils is definitely a real track right there. So now you're in Atlanta from the outside, and I'm in North Carolina right now. Mm-hmm. So from the outside looking in, Atlanta is the hot spot, the place to be. Mm-hmm. What is it like as an indie artist in Atlanta? Is it support out there, or is it harder, unified, divided? What's the scene like?
It really just depends on the type of crowd that you're around, to be honest, because I've definitely met a bunch of people that are very much supportive over the music and of each other, like as independent artists, because we all understand like it's not easy. We put our own money, time, and energy into this, and sometimes we're not even going to get a result back. Half the time it's we don't even know if it's going to go anywhere. We're literally just putting money in and investing in ourselves, hoping that it takes off.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that support because they do understand that aspect of it. But then, of course, as always, there's always going to be people that are hating, even though they're artists themselves. They,
Right.
for some reason, just don't want to support and jump on the wave. So, but it's cool.
Nah, I feel that.
Like I said, it really just depends on the type of crowd that you're around.
Yeah, that makes sense right there. And I'm glad you said it's a network out there where people are working together. Do y'all do collaborations and do y'all do songs together and stuff like that in Atlanta?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I've done quite a few collabs with people that I've networked with. We all try to help each other as much as possible, and even some of the indie artists that I've met or run into, we're not all just like a one-stop shop where we only do music. Right. Half of us will sit here and also do photography on the side. We all have our own cameras, or we'll all do our own merch. So we have like little side things that we do to help the artistry as a whole.
Wow, that's definitely dope right there, and that's smart. So you pretty much own your own destiny. So outside of music and writing, do you do other things as well?
I do. I picked up in photography. I picked up in photography. I do my own merch. I got a heat press, so I make my own shirts and stuff like that too. Right. I just kind of find other ways to kind of push the music, I've been finding other ways to push the music and pretty much get my stuff done the least cost-effective way, so I can use my money for other parts of music, like for the promoting portion of it or stuff like that. So
no, that definitely makes sense right there. So with the pandemic going on, a lot of places shut down. Atlanta, it really didn't slow down too bad, did it?
At all.
Okay. All right. So the pandemic pretty much didn't change it. It didn't change it.
We still alive and kicking over here.
All right. So yo, that's dope right there, yo. So you've been doing a lot of shows, or you said that was your first show?
That was my first show, yeah. My goal this year is to get more on top of doing shows and stuff like that. I haven't done too many, but my anxiety gets the best of me here and there, so I'm trying to work on that. But
yeah, nah, you'll be fine. You'll get it. But the thing is, I watched some of the clips. It was in your story. Mm-hmm. And I seen some of your performance, and you actually did a good job. Yo, it looked like you had been doing them before, so I never would have thought that was your first time. Yeah, so.
Thank you so much.
All right, so let me ask you, how long was your set, and how did it feel to be in front of a crowd, and how did the people receive the music?
It was good. My set was about 7 minutes, so it was about 2 songs worth. It was pretty good. The crowd liked it. I got a couple people wanting to work from that free photo shoot. I got another show just off of performing from there. I got another show next month.
Right.
So it was really good, actually. I have my hater blockers on. That's probably what helped me.
All right. I feel you on that. Yeah, I feel you on that. But yo, being a singer, I'm pretty sure that it's not that much hate like the rappers. I'm pretty sure it's worse being the rappers.
I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like there's hate all around me. Listen, wow. I've done ran into a couple of hate here and there.
Wow. They can't stop nothing though. They can't stop nothing.
Exactly. You already know it.
So let me ask you a question. If you could perform in 5 places anywhere in the world, where would they be?
If I could perform in 5 places anywhere in the world, New York for sure. That's definitely one. I would love to go to Paris one day, so to perform over there would be lit too.
Paris.
France, the whole country as a whole. Puerto Rico. Guyana.
Wow.
That's 4. What else? Where else am I missing? I don't know. Cali, I guess.
California.
I don't really have a 5th one. It's kind of just wherever. If I could, I'm perform everywhere.
Nah, I feel you on that. Nah, I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, you definitely got to get it out there. You definitely get the music out there. So performing, sure. It seems like you love the performance. Let me ask you, which one is your best part of the process that you enjoy the most? Is it the writing, recording, or now that you've been on stage, your stage performance? Which one do you enjoy the most?
My favorite has to actually be the recording. Yeah, I feel like I doubt myself too much on the writing portion of it for that to be my favorite, but recording definitely. Only because, like I said, I love to see the music being made from nothing, like to be made from scratch, to hear like a plain beat and then for you to sit there and jump on it and turn that plain beat into something that somebody could actually feel in their soul, you feel me? Like that part has to be my favorite.
Yeah. And that's definitely a talent right there. And I can say you're definitely talented. Yo, you want to jump into the video right quick?
What happened?
You want to play the video right quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Play
All
the
right,
video.
I'm gonna have you introduce it right quick while I'm queuing it up.
Okay, bet. So this is my single D Evil. This is the official music video out now on YouTube. So y'all check it out.
All right.
Here we go.
Believe it. Made love to the evil. Now I'm in trouble and I so tired. You took mine, leaving nothing behind. Blinded by all the lies. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't play your games. If I knew then what I know now, I wish I could erase you. Showed yourself how you lost yourself, yeah. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't play your games. If I knew then what I know now, I wish I could erase you. Dark as hell, fell for the evil. Heart is cold as ice, fell for the evil. Now I'm in trouble, yeah, yeah. Fell for the evil. You put me in a spell, fell for the evil. I see through all your lies, fell for the evil. Someone sent for help, help. Love the love so pure, wanted to feel secure, supposed to be more cure, yeah, yeah. Never insured my heart, trusted you from the start, guess that was my fault, yeah, yeah. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't play your games. If I knew then what I know now, I wish I could erase you.
Yeah, I like that joint right there. That's a smooth vibe.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely, yo. And you came up with the concept for the video. It was kind of like a reenactment.
I did. Yeah, I came up with the concept for the video. I wanted it to pretty much show. I knew the fact that it was with a female, not a guy, was already gonna be kind of a talk because
Right.
people are expected to see a guy. But I came up with I did want it to be a whole reenactment. I wanted pretty much you to feel exactly what I was saying in the song by seeing what I dealt with that caused me to write that song. So, okay.
Wow. And I'm glad that you made it through and you got out of that situation. The song is definitely powerful. So if a woman is watching, to anybody that might be watching that might be in a situation like that, what advice would you have for them?
What advice would I have? I'd pretty much say, get out as fast as you can if you know that, you're going through that, because it's only gonna get worse. Don't even listen. Don't listen when they try to reassure you and gaslight you. It's just a manipulation method that they use. Just if you're in it and you're still alive right now and still dealing with it, you still have time to get out before it's too late. You never know when it's gonna be too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be as quick as a second, and you don't even want to deal with that, or even because you might not even be alive after that to be able to say your story.
I definitely
A lot of
understand.
people don't get out of that type of situation alive, so
Right.
unfortunately, but
That's
yeah,
real right
it's a
there.
hard situation to deal with for sure. It can be very nerve-wracking, very stressful. It's just not something I'd want to see anybody really go through. I'm very protective of the people that I have closest to me now, and anytime they show, or their partner even shows even just a tiny sign that they could be like that, I'm all against it. Like, we're not gonna go down these roads. I done seen the flags, I done seen the signs.
Okay.
That sign is not blue, it's not pink, it's red.
Right. So being that you've been through it, for somebody that may not know, what are some of the signs that they can see?
Some of the signs. Somebody that tries to isolate you from your family and your close ones, like your close loved ones. Somebody definitely that isolates you from the people that you care about the most. That's definitely a very big one, because they care about you and love you. There would be no reason for them to be the only person that you need in their life.
Right. That's a fact.
Or that they need in their life. That's one. Another one. I'm really big. I don't know if the controlling thing could be one, but that kind of goes with it too. I mean, if you're isolating, you're making them isolate from their family, you're controlling them. You're controlling what they do. Just watch for people's actions and not their words as well.
Yeah, that's dope right there. And that's a powerful lesson right there. And that goes in not just relationships and business and everything.
Yeah. Also, don't rush into something out of loneliness. I will say that too. That's a very big reason that people end up in those type of situations, because they rush into something because they're lonely. They may not have the type of support system that they should have in their life.
Right.
And any person that gives them even the tiniest amount of attention, they take it and run with. So definitely watch out for people that are trying to rush the situation, rush the process. Because, I mean, you don't really know anybody from a hole in the wall. You don't want to just jump into something not really knowing nothing about them, because that could be the biggest lesson you get. Biggest lesson you have to learn.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. And definitely take your time to really get to know people. It's definitely serious right there. And like you said, don't rush into something out of loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now let's talk about VSKYE as the artist.
Okay.
For the people that may not know who she is, let them know who you are and what type of sound do you bring to the game.
So I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm also a brand ambassador for a couple clothing lines around Atlanta. I model, photography. I got many different hats to put on. Many different hats. I like to say that my music's kind of like I like more like trap hip hop beats, even though I sing R&B.
Right.
I like to more trap hip hop beats. So I like to say it's kind of like a trap soul. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if that really sounds right, because I don't do trap music. It's really just the beat.
Trap beats and soul.
Yeah, trap beats, and then mixing it kind of with a little bit of soul.
Right.
I like to say it's trap soul. So I mean, you could correct me if you want.
I don't know what they could call it. Maybe
I don't
trap
really
and
have
soul.
a sound for it, because I mean, some people say that it sounds like pop. Some people say that it kind of sounds like R&B because it's soulful. It's not.
Right.
But it does kind of have a pop sound to it, I guess, with the way that I write.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't really have like a set, like, oh, this is my sound. Just
You still spreading your wings. It's like you got many sounds.
Yeah, I'm dipping my feet in different ponds. You feel me?
That's the only way you'll find out what works for you. So that's definitely dope. What are some writers that inspire you?
Some writers that inspire me.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so my producer that I have here, he's another independent artist also. He's one with many cats as well. He does photography, he does videography, all that good stuff. Produces, writes, sings, all that stuff. He actually, I would say, is somebody that would inspire me, because just watching him write, I've been in the studio with him, trying to write with him and collab on things with him as well. So he's not the only one writing things. But I would say he inspires me. He's a really dope writer. His dedication to writing and learning from other people and learning their writing skills is what he uses to input into his writing as a whole. So I would have to say him. I mean, I know I could do the same thing and look at other people's writings as well, but I'm a little stubborn. I kind of just be wanting to write the stuff I want to write, how I want to write.
I mean, it's yours. It's personal to you.
Exactly. So,
Wow.
he's more of like he kind of goes by like the rule book, I guess you could say, and
Right.
kind of implements it from different writing styles. Like, oh, once you get to this type of level, they're going to expect you to write songs like this in this format type deal. I'm
Right.
kind of more like, well, if I don't feel like writing it on that beat, I don't want to write it like that on that beat.
Wow. Nah.
It comes out how it comes out. For me, like, yeah, I don't really have a set format of writing songs. It kind of just however I feel it. That's how it comes out. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, so with the music and the writing, and you said photography and modeling, what can people expect and where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
What could people expect? You can definitely expect a vibe, music that you can cry to, music that you can get in your feelings with. I'm trying to bring back that old school type of vibe with music where you can actually listen to it and, like I said, cry to it, get your feelings out, get your emotions out, relate to it, not just something that, you know, you can turn up to. Like, I could do turn up songs too. I more so like making music that people can get emotional to, because of the fact that we're in such a time right now where people they're not very in tune with their emotions.
Right.
They like to suppress them. And so, I mean, if I could write a song that makes you cry and get your emotions out, I'm all for it. I'm happy. That makes me happy right there. The next 5 years, I want to be on your playlist.
All right. Yeah. You already are. You already
I want to be in your face.
Playlist.
I want to be on your playlist. You open that app and there's me.
Right. I feel you on that. Yo, that's definitely. That's facts right there. Yo, so do you got a website or you got a website coming?
I had a website that I had made. I took it down. I wasn't really too much liking it. So I got to find another way to make the website to how I like. And also I'm in the middle of kind of like making everything just look right. I'm trying to get my image together and all that stuff. Right. So I want the website to look right and also correlate with that. So I've taken it down for now, but I'm going to work on it and get it back up.
Okay. So I see you do a lot of photo shoots as well. You got a lot of pictures, dope pictures, but some, you be doing your thing, and then some I could tell you vampire looks and all that. What's that? What was that about?
Yeah. Oh, so the vampire look, that was actually a Halloween shoot. I told myself last year, I love Halloween, so that's like my favorite holiday. But I told myself last year I kind of wanted to do, because my image is like an Aaliyah vibe.
Right.
Aaliyah type look. So I kind of wanted to recreate her Queen of the Damned.
Wow.
Vampire look. I mean, I didn't do it exactly like that.
Right.
But I mean, I've always had a thing for vampires. So I kind of did my own little interpretation of it, kind of like a modern day version, I guess you could say. Right. But that's kind of what that was. I didn't really do nothing for Halloween or get dressed up. I just did a photo shoot. That was my version of fun. So it was cool.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It was being creative, and then you got promotion out of it, so it worked together.
Right.
Speaking of Aaliyah has the girl next door type of swag, type, personality. Right? You said you recreated the Queen of the Damned.
I was kind of trying to. I didn't do it to the T because I know hers is a little different. I kind of just last minute seen what I had in my closet, was like, this is gonna look like a vampire. Okay, we're gonna put this together.
Dope. Nah, it came out good, Actually, it did. It came out good. So with the music and the producer, do y'all have songs together?
We do. I actually have one song with him in the vault right now. But I finally got him to jump on it. I've been asking him to jump on my songs forever because he's always doing reference tracks for me to jump on. Right. And then when I hear it with him on it, I'm like, can you keep this part with you on it? He's like, no, we're not doing that. And he finally let me keep him on one song. So I do have one with him on there, yeah.
Okay, that's dope, And is it about to come out? When can the people expect it? What's up? What's the name of it?
I'm trying to get him to, because he also is the mixer, master, and all that good stuff. I'm trying to, he has a busy schedule on his own too. So I'm waiting for him on that aspect for the song. And I think he has to re-record some part on the song as well.
Okay.
So that one, I'm trying to drop that one within like the next couple months.
Within the next couple
I have some other ones too that I want to drop maybe before that one.
Right.
I'm trying to get in the process so I can be a little more consistent with my drops. But I've also noticed too, when you don't give the song enough time to be pushed and promoted, it's not really gonna do nothing. So I'm kind of like taking my time with it too. I don't want to just
rush it.
Keep dropping stuff and then not give one time to be pushed properly and all that. So
nah, that's definitely a smart move right there. A lot of people, they do rush it through, and that song might have been the one that exploded, but you had went on to the next. So that definitely makes sense to take your time with the singles, because it may be old to you, but it's new to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. And even that.
Oh, nah. So like, going back to that though, like with the D'Evil song, I had promoted the video maybe about a couple months ago, and it got pretty decent views. It got pretty decent engagement. I decided to do it again this time, and I'd be curious. I don't just promo it in the U.S. I'll sit there and change the location to Canada, change the location to Brazil, change the location to Australia, because I mean, it's not just people in the U.S. that I'm trying to get to. So why am I just promoting it to the people in the U.S.? There's a lot more people out there. This last time I did it in Brazil, and I did it in Brazil and a couple more places. And Brazil is where it was really getting all the traction and really all like the engagement.
Wow.
As well. So.
Right. So, you never know. Might in the future you may be doing a show or doing a tour in Brazil. So is that someplace you would like to visit in the future? Shout out to Brazil and
shout out to Brazil for real, for real. Yeah, of course. I would love to do it in Brazil. Never been, so it'd be a dope experience for sure.
That's dope, yo. So what are some of your best moments since you've been in the industry?
Best moments. It would definitely be creating the music and then the video for sure. I really enjoyed it. Like that whole video was shot in a day.
In one day. Wow.
Yeah, one day. Yeah, it was a long day. It was like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on schedule type thing, like time and everything, like bouncing from location to location to location with maybe like 10-minute breaks in between.
Yeah, that's how it be though. That's definitely how it be.
I loved it though. Like I really enjoyed the entire experience. It was the first time I had a makeup artist and a hairstylist doing my hair and makeup too, so it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing right there. So now you got the music out, you did the video, you dropped the video, you're working on new projects. Mm-hmm. If you were to put out an album, what would the title of your album be? And what subjects would you cover in your album?
Okay, so I kind of already have a title planned for an album that I would want to drop. And I already have the cover for it because I was already starting to work on it. And then life kind of happened and I couldn't drop it how I wanted to drop it. Right. Or even finish it how I wanted to finish it. But I would name it Property of the Mind.
Property of the Mind.
Yeah. I kind of did a shoot for it already. I did it in a straight jacket. Sounds kind of crazy. I know. Right. But I did it in a straight jacket. You know how like prison uniforms, how they say property of the state?
Right.
So I kind of wanted the same idea, but property of the mind. I'm a very big overthinker. Wow. I do suffer from depression and anxiety here and there.
Right.
On and off. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a thing towards like mental illness, I guess, in a way. I don't want the album to be about mental illness, but just I've dealt with a lot of situations with relationships that's kind of just got me stuck in my head and thinking certain things, and relationships where I've been gaslit while they're cheating, and the domestic violence, and just different things that kind of would take a mental toll on anybody that went through it, for real, for real. So kind of I want it to be the type of album where you can heal from it too by listening to it, even though it sounds crazy. I want some of the songs that I have on there is kind of where I'm talking about the fact that I feel like I'm crazy mentally because of the fact that you got me going through all this. You're mentally abusing me, emotionally abusing me to the point where like it's made me feel like I'm crazy. And I may not be crazy, but you're making me feel like that. So I kind of want to, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been gaslit and lied to and cheated on to the point where it's taken a mental toll on them.
Right.
No. So that's kind of where I was going with that.
Right.
I kind of just want it to be something that you can listen to and it just not be all sad songs on there, all depressing songs like, oh, you cheated on me. Like, oh, I have a song where I'm talking about, oh, you made me feel crazy. Now I'm property of the mind. I'm stuck in my head. I can't get out of it. I'm in prison and I feel like I'm walking on, I feel like I'm walking around on autopilot type of deal. So like kind of the vibe, I guess.
Wow, so you pretty much you're a prisoner of your own mind. I think a lot of times our mind get in our own way. We talk ourselves, we overthink stuff. It's like, so I definitely understand it. You're definitely not alone. A lot of us, we fight these mental fights. How do you stay focused with your music? How do you balance that and still pull it off and still wear all the different hats? Because as an indie artist, a lot of times people don't realize we do a lot of different things. It's not just record and be an artist, just show up. There's a lot that goes behind it. You say your promotion and you sending it. So that means you're doing a lot of this stuff.
Learning the business. You're pretty much your own manager, you're your own label, you're your own manager. So everything like a manager and a label would do for you, you're doing for yourself. And it's a lot because you got to understand these people have teams behind them doing all this. So you go from having a whole team behind you to just having one person in charge of all this. So it can definitely get very overwhelming at times. I try to take breaks when I feel like I'm getting burnt out. So I don't end up getting to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do none of this anymore. I'm over it. I feel like that's important for mental health in general too, as well. Just knowing when to take a step back before you burn out and when to re-enter the situation or when to come back and revisit it.
And that's real. And a lot of people needed to hear that. And it's a subject that a lot of people don't talk about. So the fact that you're going to touch on that, that's powerful. I think it's even a few entertainers. I think Summer Walker and other people deal with anxiety and certain things like that affect. And it's like, I think Tiana Taylor just went through something similar. Where it's like she was going through some stuff and she just needed a break, a step back. But then the fans, they want the music. So you're torn. Yeah. I mean,
you got to find like a middle ground. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to like the higher up, like the artists that are up there in the public eye, people don't realize that it does take a lot. And I'm sure they even have a lot more things to deal with because even though I'm complaining about all the stuff I got to deal with, all the stuff I got to do by myself as an indie artist, even though they're not doing the business part of it for the most part, I'm sure they still get burnt out from all the interviews, all the shows, all the recording constantly in the studio. Not only that, if you're signed to a label, they want to make sure they're getting their money's worth. They signed you for some money. They want to make sure that they're getting that back. So, I mean, I'm sure they're constantly on them. Like, you got to be in the studio. You got to do this. You got to do that. That can get real tiring too. So, like I said, it I wish more people understood that. A lot of people don't. And then on top of that, being a creative is a lot more to being a creative too. It takes a lot of energy to be creative. It takes a lot of mental energy to be creative. It's not something that just pops up and you're like, okay, you can wake up and just do this, and this from sun up to sundown. It takes a lot of energy. And a lot of people don't realize that.
It's like a way of life. It's like you're always thinking, you're always creating. So it does take a lot out of you. And a lot of people that's not that way, they don't understand.
Correct.
And then when you're passionate about it, so I'm pretty sure like if you're passionate about a song or you're passionate about a lyric, how does that process work? Where it's like you're in the middle of a song, you're excited about it. Life happens, distractions. Does it throw the vibe off, or do you take that situation and use it as fuel for the song? Or how do you deal with situations like that?
It can. I try my best to not let outside things distract me from the music, but I'm not perfect. There's times that it does. At that time, I feel like that's normally when I take a step back is when I feel like I can't, like when outside things start to affect my creativity and outside forces start to affect my creative flow. That's normally when I take a step back, kind of get into my little loner mode and kind of get my mind right before I even try to take on anything.
No, that makes sense. So you have another song out, Down?
Yes, I do. That's actually the one. That one's produced by my producer.
By your producer. Let's talk about Down real quick. Let's let them know where they can find it and what was the inspiration behind that song.
Down you can find on all streaming platforms as well, just like The Evil. That one, That one I actually did not write. That one was actually my producer. My producer wrote that one.
Okay.
So yeah, I just kind of vibed with it, jumped on it, and I thought it was a pretty dope song. It ended up later on kind of meaning something to me in another relationship that I was in, but
Right.
for the most part, it didn't really have a meaning when I recorded it. So
Wow, it wind up. Sometimes as creators and writers, sometimes we may write something, and a lot of times it comes to pass later.
yes,
Have you noticed
that's
that?
so weird.
Yeah. So
Yes, I thought I was the only one. That should be so weird.
nah, it's like, yo, so you have to be careful sometimes. You can write good or we can write bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have the power either way.
You gotta understand though, like words are a very powerful thing. Like your tongue is
Right.
a very powerful tool. That's not even just like you have the power to cast spells and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what it has a lot to do with. And then
Right.
on top of that, like having the whole creative energy, singing, when you start singing it and you put your emotion into, you're putting intention into what you're saying. So
Right.
once you put intention into what you're saying, like it does have a weird way of coming to pass.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I think
Wow.
that's real dope too. But you do have to be, that's also why you have to be careful what you listen to, also,
Right.
in
Careful
a
what you
way,
listen to,
for that reason.
what you're watching, and all of
Yeah,
that.
it all has a play subconsciously. You don't even realize it. Some
Right.
beats that you listen to have have a certain frequency in it that your
Right.
brain could pick up on it, and you don't even realize it. It's altering your mind subconsciously, and you
Wow.
not even know it. So
Right. So yeah. So I can tell you've been doing your research and you know some things.
yeah,
So
you know, a little sign, sound
oh
light.
yeah. So for the people that's outside and they looking and they saying, "Oh, I can sing. I can do what she does." Yo, let's let them know what it's like to actually be a singer. Like, what did you have to do to get where you are now?
Well,
And
it
was
definitely
it easy?
takes it. I don't know. I've been, like I said, I've been singing since I was a kid, and I started singing by listening to other people and copying what they were saying, repeating
Right.
it exactly how they sung it. So that's how I learned. I really like to tell everybody that you can learn. Anybody can learn how to sing. You gotta understand it's a muscle. So as long as you work it out and continue working it out and you practice, anybody I feel like can sing.
Right. Okay.
It
And you've
just
been
takes some practice and consistency. I did chorus throughout high school, so that was kind of my practice, stretching out my voice, doing warm ups, learning what not to drink and what not to eat when you go to sing. Also helps because, believe it or not, a lot of stuff you put in your body affects your vocal cords.
wow.
So just certain things like that. Once you learn those things and you kind of just practice it, you really have to be consistent with it if you want to learn how to sing. I stopped singing probably after high school for a couple years. And when I started again, before I started doing music, it wasn't the best. It wasn't where I needed it to be. But because I kept going over it every day and singing, I'm a shower singer for sure. So
Okay.
definitely kept practicing and working it out, and it came back, and it's actually even stronger than it was before. So
Right. I hate to ask people to sing on the spot, but are you an on the spot singer?
am I on the spot singer?
Yeah.
I can be. I can sing a little sunlight. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Let's for the people that's watching, let's see. You know what I'm saying? It's like we hear the song, you're dope.
Right.
Let's see what it's all about. Don't give me like a line. Like let's break it down. You just performed last night, so I know you're ready. You get
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Can I wait till I get you home all alone? Yeah. You and I have all the time in the world. Tell me what you want. Show me what you need. I can be your girl if you only let me. I'll write for you. Yeah, you write for me. Fuck what they think, baby. Fuck what they think. Sorry, got a little nervous and my voice cracking a little bit, but
You good. Yo, it's rocking, yo. It's rocking.
sound like that's
Nah,
actually off my song. I did a They Don't Know sample.
Right.
That one's actually on SoundCloud, so it's not on all platforms, but it's on SoundCloud.
It's on, okay, and it's called They Don't Know.
Yeah, They Don't Know.
I like that, yo. And one thing I do like about you, you just jump right into it.
Yeah, I try to get in the habit of it because like when people throw me on the spot, I'm kind of like, right. But I know me being an artist that I have to get used to people doing that because I mean, you want to be able to know, like you want to make sure that I'm not capping. And the first thing people ask me when I say I sing is, do you sing or you sang? Can you sing or can you sing? Like, no, I can sing.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, you definitely can sing. You definitely can sing. And it sounded good. And actually, I think I seen the video. Is it a clip? Is it like a clip on your Instagram?
No, that clip is actually for Down.
Down.
That clip is for Down. The song that I just sang was actually the song I performed last night. So that's probably what you heard in my story last night.
On the story, yeah. Either way, it sounds good. What I was gonna say is it reminded me of the original place I heard it. So if it was at the show last night, you sounded good then, and you sound the same now. So you're not using a lot of auto tunes and all that. You really got. No, I can tell. Yeah,
it's actually really funny because when I'm in the studio and they try to put auto tune on my voice and they'll take it off and they'll put it back on there, like there's not that much of a difference.
Right.
There's not that much of a difference with the auto tune. Like it doesn't really do nothing.
Right.
But yeah.
So you definitely know your notes and you know your keys. Do you think the choir, being in the choir, helped you with that? To know notes?
Yes. Yeah. I think being in the choir definitely helped for sure. Like it helped me with just being able to carry long notes longer. Being able to do the runs and the riffs and that might have been watching Christina Aguilera for real.
Definitely.
But yeah, it definitely helped me learn how to do hold notes longer. And other breathing when you're singing too and all that.
So let me ask you, how often out of the week do you practice on your voice to get your voice that strong, that much control? How often do you practice?
I will say I'm actually very bad. I don't purposely practice.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a shower singer, so I take that as my practicing time.
Okay.
Or as I'm working, I'm known to sing while I'm working. I'm a server at Waffle House, so I'm known to a lot of customers that come in know me because they've heard me singing under my breath as I'm working, thinking that I'm being low and I'm actually singing pretty loud. But
right.
So yeah, that's kind of my practice as well. I don't really have like a set practice time or set like this many days out the week I practice. I'm very bad with that. I probably should get better with it, but me smoking don't help with that. So I probably should. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So now that's a whole nother bird of another feather. So smoking and singing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. A lot of the greats. I always thought, you're smoking and you can't sing. But a lot of the greats I'm finding out from like unplugs and like watching their interviews and stuff like that, a lot of them smoked and they were still singing them things, but over time.
Right.
So yeah, I hope that, the same blessings they had, the same blessings you have. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's your gift.
Right.
That's your gift. It's working for you. So like if you'd have never told me, what I'm trying to say is if you would have never told me I've been smoking, I would have never knew. Your voice, it hasn't affected your voice yet. And I pray that it continues to stay that way.
I can kind of tell like when it does a little bit. So I'll kind of like back up from them or take breaks. I drink a lot of room temperature water. I'm starting to get into like drinking tea for my throat too, to kind of help with that. Like I said, when you being a singer, you kind of learn certain things, what to do, what to do and what not to do, to kind of help improve your voice a little bit. So yeah, I'll take breaks from singing when I realize it's kind of starting to affect it a little bit.
Right.
But I like to smoke before I go and record, to be honest, because I feel like I could feel the beat a little bit different.
Right.
Like you hear the music a little bit different. You could feel it. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. But like if you've ever smoked and try to go and record, like you already know, like the beat just sounds different. I'll tell people like, I'm not going to go record until I hear the beat sounding different. And they already know what I'm talking about.
Now you're in your zone.
Yeah, now I'm in my zone and I can feel it a lot more. And the notes and how I'm feeling comes out and my emotions come out a little bit more too when I smoke before I go and record. So
okay. So do you smoke when you write as well, or you don't smoke when you write?
I like to smoke when I write too, yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of like the smoke gets you in your level and your
it gets me in my mode, yeah. Because if not, I start getting distracted from outside things. My thoughts start getting to me. I can't really focus. So I can't really write. So definitely helps me keep track, stay on track.
Okay. So let me ask you, what can people expect from you? What do you got coming up the rest of the year? And let them know to put some respect on VSKYE. You just sang live. You sang just as good live as on your record. What can they expect, and what does your music stand for?
All right, so you can definitely expect more shows this year. If you're in the Atlanta area, definitely some more shows. I have a show coming on April 10th. That one's for a cash prize. So I'm definitely going to be trying to work on that, trying to get that performance down. So that could be lit. You know, I'm going to be the only female, so that's always a plus. Stand out already on that own. I'm definitely going to be dropping some more music, so stay tuned for that. More music, more shows. I'm trying to get some more visuals done. Pretty much the whole works. Just more merchandise, all that good stuff. And my music stands for, I just want it to heal people. I just want you to be able to relate to it. I feel like women can relate to it the most. That's really what I be writing about, is like women's situations that women can go through. So, yeah. That's what I got planned for this year. I'm still in the works of planning things out, dealing with the personal life on top of the music thing, trying to find a balance with that too. So, but once I do that, I'm trying to have things more planned out, organized, better.
Okay. So let me ask you. So, do you do collaborations outside of your team, or is it pretty much in-house right now?
Oh, I do. I do collaborations outside of my team. I love collaborating with people.
Okay. So if somebody was watching this interview and they heard your voice and say, "Yo, I want to get on a track," what's the process for them to get in touch with you and set up a collaboration?
Well, you can definitely hit me up on Instagram, VSKYE official. That's VSKYE official. Definitely follow me on Instagram. On my Instagram, there's also, if you don't have an Instagram, you can hit me up in my business email. It's VeronicaSkye, Veronica SKYE official @gmail.com. I don't know why the email's so long. I thought about it afterwards, but either way, you can hit me up in my email, DM me on Instagram. That'd be the best ways, to be honest, to get in contact with me. I will say I do like to listen to your music and see what you got before I jump on the track, only because I have had quite a bit of people that try to get me on their track because I do have a dope voice. That their music is just not up to par, you feel me? So I do like to listen to see what you got first, see if I vibe with you. If I vibe with you, then I'm definitely down to collab always. I love making music for sure. So
that's dope. So what about production and videos and stuff like that? You say you got some coming up down the road?
I'm definitely trying to plan some out for sure. I'm definitely in the process of planning some out. I don't have any done yet to be dropped, but in the works of planning them out. So
okay. So yeah, we definitely appreciate you stopping by the show. Did we miss anything? Anything that we forgot to cover?
No, I think we covered pretty much a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So yo, if it's cool with you, once you finish up the single, we'd like to bring you back.
Of course, I would love to.
Yeah, VSKYE, we definitely support you here at The Proof. I'm feeling the song "The Evils" for all the people watching out there. Be on the lookout for Down, and say his name so they'll know.
Down, whose name?
Featuring.
Down is not featuring anybody. It's actually so Down is prod by Drew Got the Sauce. And The Evil is prod by Garage Global.
Okay, bet. So be on the lookout for The Evils and Down. Both available on streaming. Well, one is available now. The other one, or they're both?
No, they're both available. They're both available.
All right, dope. Yeah. So okay, I definitely want to bring you back, and I appreciate everything that you said. I want to see much success for you. I wish much success on you. Beautiful voice. You're doing your thing, independent artist, young woman, and you say you're doing it on your own.
I am, yes, for
sure. Before you go, I want people to understand it's like you're an indie artist. You're coming out of pocket. You're making it happen on your own. You're wearing different hats. So if y'all into music, y'all into trap and soul, be sure to check out her music. VSKYE. She came through. She didn't have to. I hit her up. She did the interview. Yo, I appreciate you. You're very talented. And the thing about this podcast, I try to pride myself on the talent that comes through here.
Mhm.
I believe they should be on the radio. I believe y'all are already stars.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So if you would have never told me your story, when I first heard your music, I saw a star. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that for real, for real.
Yo, keep pushing. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing distract you. You're always welcome here. And we'll be in touch and we appreciate you coming through. If you want to shout out anybody before you go, after that, we're going to sign off. This is The Proof in the Pudding. I'm your host, Sion 919. This is my guest, VSKYE.
All right. I just wanted to shout out all the producers, all the people that's helped me on the video for The Evil. Everybody that's helped me, all the team, anybody that's helped me since I've came out here to Atlanta. Literally, I'll appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, for real, for real. So yeah, couldn't have done it without y'all, for real. But yep, that's it.
That's dope, yo. And again, that's VSKYE. Be sure to follow her, VSKYE Official, on Instagram. VSKYE Music everywhere, yo. Check out the new singles. They're out now, yo. We're out. This is The Proof. We love y'all.